So everything is happening right now. You know what I'm saying? And right now is not even a good way to describe it because it implies that time doesn't flow constantly and that we're in a place. So if you think about things like this, all that exists is a crystal, okay? But now the crystal is purple. Now the crystal is spinning. Now the crystal is vibrating, changing colors. Right now is kind of an illusion that is created by the human brain in order to pump the chemicals that keep you alert of your surroundings and of things that exist in a certain phase in order to energize and eat, sleep, stay alive. But in addition to the light you see and the gravity you feel, there are things going on beyond that. And if you realize that time and space are just properties of a deeper underlying mechanism, you can think about the universe as a crystal. And when the crystal turns purple, bosons, fermions, quantum systems in general line up in a four-dimensional structure that creates, electrons, protons, neutrons, atoms, molecules, chemicals, and stuff, life, that we call life. But the place that we think we are is not simply, a setting like in a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? It seems like it is because air is invisible, therefore you can see things that are farther away from you. Gravity and the strong and weak nuclear force keep particles arranged in a way that energy isn't just fluctuating in front of our eyes. We have been put into the paradigm that space is a physical place. Space is just a property of the crystal's alignment. And so what I mean by this is you cannot travel 1 foot of distance without X amount of energy and X amount of distance over time. You know what I mean? So think about this. An apple contains one placeholder of space. An apple contains one placeholder of space, and it also contains minus X energy and Y distance over time. So, in order for another object to be united with this gravity of the apple. The items phase has to switch to x distance over time in the positive quadrant. When those two equations cancel each other out, the gravitational propagation between the two items becomes available. So think of things in order of phases rather than distances, and we're on a more fundamental level. Just like something can arise from nothing as long as the same amount of anti-something arises, just as the pendulum of time swings both backward and forward, phases can arise from previous phases, and things seem to be going unidirectionally, which I believe is a result of the universe spinning. So all of physics has been done in Euclidean space, which is because they consider it to be a real grid with coordinates. But it's not a Euclidean space, it's a spinning space. And so this will get rid of Hubble tension. This will explain why certain quasi-particles have mass when they're going a certain direction in space and don't have mass when they're going the other direction. And spin is a fundamental property among lots of things in physics, including, certain foundational level particles, including planets. A spin is a very fundamental motion. And just as quantum physics showed us that waves and vibrations, propagate the nature of the physical world, and then observation kind of turns it into particles. Just as that mindset arose from observations of things, the mindset that the whole universe is just going through phase changes, and that the present moment is an illusion created by the human being's brain. This mindset, arises from understanding non-locality. Just think about it. If a bee is flying over there, first of all, I see his flight path, a fraction of time after he actually does it. That's one thing. But then I can see how